music for the next um one of these that I do was too loud, but I figured I needed something in the background. Couldn't just hear nothing, but today's gonna be my first episode of autosave. So I had been thinking about whether or not I should do this for a little while now. It was came from a suggestion of a friend who kept saying, "Do a podcast. We should do a podcast. We should do a podcast." And I was hesitant because I don't have a very large audience. And honestly, my YouTube channel has been kind of like dead. I have not been doing much with it, so I figured this might be a way for me to do it because I've been streaming mostly on Twitch. Um, and a lot of my audience is friends. It's not really like random people. But let me get into it. So this is the first episode of Autosave. I'm mostly just gonna be talking about games, uh, pop culture stuff, collectible stuff. We're gonna be talking about you know, anime, games, pop culture, like I said, any one of those things. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing it always on a Tuesday. I think because during the weekend it has been very hard. I wanted to do Saturdays, but it's been hard. There's been so many things that's been going on in my own personal life back to back that have stopped me from doing that. But here we go. One of the first. Ooh, that was a long pause. Sorry, I'm still a little nervous about this. One of the first things that I really want to get into is with the Nintendo Switch. So the Switch 2 was just announced. I'm gonna try to have the Switch first look trailer snippet in there when I edit it, so you guys will see that. But it's a lot of leaks that went around concerning it. One of the ones that really caught my eye was because we've heard so much about the specs and it being compared about the PS4 and Xbox One. As we know, Nintendo's never been one to really chase. Um, they don't chase the hardware aspect of it. They look to, and I think there's even been Have you guys ever watched Did You Know Gaming, which is a great YouTube channel? They go into a lot of history of the stuff, and they talk about they did one where they talked about the philosophy of Nintendo when they covered, kind of did like a mini documentary on Shigeru Miyamoto. The philosophy of Nintendo is to take old hardware and figure out what they can do that's fun and exciting to change the experience. So they take dated hardware and how can I change it? How can we, what can we do as a company to make it fun and change the experience for the players? So they're not necessarily really chasing the next edge, cutting edge, 5090 kind of stuff. God, that 5090 is like a radio wave of destruction. It's like a microwave waiting to blow up. I said radio wave. I got lost for words just thinking about it with the amount of volts that thing pulls. Jesus Christ. But that's neither here nor there. One of the things that caught my eyes concerning the Switch 2, to get to the point, is it has mouse functionality. So if you look at the trailer, I'll try to have a snippet right there on about the trailer. Is they show the actual Joy-Con sliding on the desk before it claps back into the Switch 2, which is pretty cool because they were talking about that. I don't know what's really going to be the uses for that, but I mean, it's a fun idea, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe it could be like for shooters, might make but Switch won't really necessarily be a contender when it comes to shooters, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's a fun idea, something new Nintendo's doing. I don't know if what I saw is gonna make me want to get the first batch when they release the Nintendo Switch 2, and I had already been talking about that with a few friends that I might wait for them to come out with like a Super Smash Brothers model, a well, if not a Super Smash Brothers model, uh I don't know, some kind of special model. They always do that. Oh, here's like this red Nintendo Switch. Here's this white one. I don't know if I'm gonna get the initial ones that come out. I would never get a white one only because I'm afraid of the things getting dirty. It takes a lot of maintenance and then it gets the weird tan orange color after a while. But yeah, I think I would get a Switch 2 probably, maybe the second round, plus the first round always has problems, bugginess, glitches, etc. And then there was a lot of leaks that came out. There was one that caught my eye with the leaks. This, and I'm gonna have a bunch of links in the description for where I get all my information. I don't ever just state things just to state things. But one of the leaks that came around concerning the Switch 2 was that Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild were going to be remastered with 1080p handheld and 2K docked at 60 FPS, which is cool. I know that, you know, there were some other non-legal means of playing 60 FPS on Legend of Zelda on PC, which looked absolutely phenomenal, but Switch, Nintendo, as you know, the Nintendo lawyers don't play, and they immediately took those things down. But yeah, I heard it's gonna launch around June. It's gonna have Metro Prime 4, a Breath of the Wild remaster, which is interesting. Mario Kart 9, which we kind of saw. According to the leaks, Tekken 8 is coming, and then Elden Ring. I don't know if I would personally ever play Elden Ring on it. Not that Elden Ring is a extremely demanding game. It's just not a game I can see myself playing the Switch on. As always, I'm primarily a PC gamer. I'm a Nintendo loyalist though when it comes to consoles. So the only reason I would get Nintendo stuff is for the exclusive stuff. Maybe here and there I'll get a non-exclusive thing, but it's really my loyalty that keeps me with Nintendo. The app for where a lot of these leaks came from was switched to stock, and I think there was another one. I'm not 100% sure about this, so I won't even say it. But there was another round of leaks that came out that almost kind of confirmed it. But yeah, that's everything concerning the Nintendo Switch 2. Am I excited for it? Yes. Am I excited as I was for the Switch 1? No. Um, am I going to get it? Yes. Yes, I am going to get it. But yeah, it's really cool. In other news, I want to talk a little bit about Marvel Rivals. It's been a game I've been addicted to. Very similar to Overwatch, just what, you know, very IP that almost everyone in the world can recognize, which are the Marvel characters. There's a lot of leaked characters that are coming around, and some are actually really believable if we to take into the fact that the person who leaked these things, they also leaked the Fantastic Four. There's been a few groups that have. This list comes from GamesRadar.com, and again, I'll have the link in the description. But a list of the possible Marvel rival characters that they talk about are Ultron, Blade, Captain Marvel, Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Colossus, Beast, Gambit, Hitmonkey, who else? Those are the only ones. I mean, there's even more, but those are some of the ones I could think of top of my head. Sorry if I'm not staring at the screen. I tend to wander, and I also have two screens. There was a lot that was leaked in that. Surprisingly enough, I've heard a lot different rumors about even Cyclops, which I feel like makes a lot more sense than a lot of these characters on the list that's coming from the Games Radar site. And again, a lot of this is not confirmed information, but it is pretty interesting to think about. That a character that I really want to see, which is oddly enough, is Juggernaut. I would love to see Juggernaut, especially with the destructible environments. I feel like Juggernaut would be really cool for this game. Another character I would love to see is Nova. There's two characters I've been asking to see that I would like to see in the game is Nova and Juggernaut. I feel like those would be two really cool characters, and I think with the Nova movie coming out soon, that's a possibility. And I'm surprised with all the X-Men they're adding that they didn't think to add Juggernaut and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is another character that I would love to see how his chains and his powers interact with the game in general. I really want to check that out. But yeah, my Spider-Man has been getting a lot better. I've been getting a lot of positive feedbacks. But one thing I can say about Spider-Man is he doesn't seem very consistent in the game. A lot of people have told me, not a lot of people, but some people in the chat, I guess, as I continue to progress, you know, you start off with the "you suck" comments, and then as you progress and you get better, like with anything else, people start saying, "Oh man, you're so good, you're so great," or you got to go online. I mean, competitive. I said online. The game's only online. I misspoke. Competitive, which is something I'm gonna try. I just haven't had too much incentive to try competitive because even with the skins, what is it, the Moon Knight skin, and there's something else, I'm not really like driven to jump on competitive. right now. But it is something that I'm gonna ooh, pardon me, long day at work. I'm gonna eventually try. Um, yeah, but I've been having a lot of fun with Marvel Rivals. I think the state of the game is great. I think it's been doubling up. And I think that it's very awesome that a game like this is getting a lot of the accolades that it is, even if it is almost a one for one of Overwatch with its own unique things. But I feel like what the game does that Overwatch didn't was it took a lot of what the community was asking for, the Overwatch community, and they added it in, instead of just it falling on deaf ears and the company providing lip service. NetEase added it in. Now I know NetEase gets a lot of flack for almost no reason because of it being a company based out of China, but I mean, it is what it is. They're making a great game. I think you should base them off their merits and not where it's stationed. That's why I still think that the Game Awards was rigged and all that. And even a few other award things, because I honestly think Wukong should have won Game of the Year last year, but that's just me being salty about it. You know, and I'm not saying Astrobot was not a great game. I've heard nothing but great things about it and seen great things, but to me, Wukong was the definitive Game of the Year. Um, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, how did we go from Marvel Rivals to Wukong? I don't know. Maybe the mention of Hitmonkey kind of got me there. Very odd. In terms of anime, I want to get into some stuff about anime and card games. I bunched them together. I kind of put them together because I recently. Let me start off with card games, and then we'll segue into anime. I recently got back into Yu-Gi-Oh. When I was younger, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. Kind of died off when I hit college for me, and my son has been picking up. Like I want to say, actually, to be fair, I want to say maybe about a year or so ago, I started collecting cards again when a couple of my buddies came by with a box and we started opening packs, and I had a lot of fun. And they even gave me some hero cards. I started collecting cards again to rebuild like a newer version of the heroes, because I had always played the elemental heroes. Like I had a mixed deck, like every kid does, until I saw the E heroes. Like I was one of the I don't even mean to toot my own horn. I was one of the original hero players. I remember the first three heroes I had was Sparkman, Avion, Prestinatrix, and they had no support. It was just those three cards. I was winning those cards with a Blue Eyes White Dragon, had a Summon Skull in the deck, a lot of random filler, but I always liked the hero cards because I'm a big as you can see from my background, I'm a comic book buff, huge Superman fan. But yeah, I recently got even heavier into Yu-Gi-Oh because my son, he started watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. He loves it, and I love that he loves it because it's something that we can both enjoy together. It's something else, not only video game wise. Um, and I have a couple of buddies that still play that I would love to play with them. So it's gonna be it's pretty awesome collecting the cards again. So I just ordered some more cards. My son almost one for one has Yugi's deck from the anime, which is pretty cool to me. I know it's not some top tier meta deck, but I think it's pretty cool that his deck reflects Yugi's almost like to the T, which is awesome. My son bought I bought my son Supreme Darkness, that new set that just came out, a bunch of packs, and he actually pulled the evil hero Neos Lord, which is awesome. I ordered one for myself, but it was cool to see him actually pull in the pack. I was like, wow, you know, it's just a great feeling. Even recording him pulling opening packs was awesome. Um, yeah, it was a good feeling. We did that this past Saturday, I think. I think. No, yeah, it was past Saturday. I was wondering if it was Sunday, but Saturday, because my Saturday towards that later in the day. That's when I originally wanted to do this podcast recording. There was a party here for my brother-in-law, so I didn't even get a chance to do that. Um, but yeah, um, I ordered some more cards. I ordered my son the Eye of Timaeus, which is pretty awesome from the Waking the Dragon season. I got me some more heroes. I got some of the evil hero stuff. I don't know where that's gonna fit in, but I don't know. We'll see if I even use them or how what happens. But that Neos Lord, that effect is pretty strong. Um, yeah. So to segue from talking about Yu-Gi-Oh and the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I want to get into some of the anime I've been watching. So I'm a huge fan of Solo Leveling. As you know, I have the well, you guys probably don't know, but people that know me, I got into it, I wouldn't say late. I got into solo leveling right before the ending of the Ant arc where he goes to fight Beru. It was my buddy Eric who really pushed me into it. Somebody else I used to talk to a lot was also talk about it a lot. But my buddy Eric was like, "Oh my god, you gotta watch it." He used to say all the time that I remind him of Jinwoo. So that's what got me into watching it. I was like, "Wow, this is actually really good." Um, it made me get the novels because I couldn't wait, and I actually have the light novels on my Kindle, and I have the physical copies of the light novels. My wife bought me a few of the books, and I bought some when I went to Comic Con. I actually went to Comic Con with my buddy and two of my buddies, and it was pretty awesome experience. My first time ever going. But I've been watching a lot of Soul Leveling. The anime is pretty cool. I mean, it looks like it's mixing in a lot of the manhwa and some light novel elements, not all, but I think it's pretty cool. The effects are nice. I don't know. I like it. You know, like anything else, of course, it could be better. Animation could be, some animations could be better, but I think it's good. Um, there might be some biases involved, but I do think it's good. Yeah, and then the other anime that I watch with my wife, because my wife is not a huge anime or video game person, but if something catches her eye, she'll watch it with me. And one of those is Apothecary Diaries. We recently got into Apothecary Diaries, which is has been a godsend. It's been awesome. We finished the first, I think it was 2 seasons or one. I gotta ask my buddy because he'll know better than I do. But we watched Apothecary Diaries together. We gotta watch the new season. We haven't had the chance to sit down and watch the new season, but that's something else that we wanna watch together. That I still haven't picked up. I really hope 86 comes back. If you guys haven't seen 86, it was an anime that my buddy put me on to that is really awesome. So if you're into mech anime with a lot of politics and government stuff involved, it's really cool. If you guys want in the comments, tell me what animes you guys are watching. Another one actually, woof, before I even slipped my mind was Black Clover. Black Clover was another anime that my son got me back into heavily that I kind of fell off, and I was reading the manga. The manga's like almost done, which is cool, but we were really waiting for a new season to come out. The last thing we saw was the movie, Sword of the Wizard King. So that was pretty awesome. It was a good movie. You could really tell the budget went up, and so many people talk about and I told this to my best friend is so many people talk about from My Hero how they want Deku to win. Man, I want Asta to win. I don't I'm not a big My Hero fan. To me, it fell off after the overhaul arc. But I really want Asta to win. Asta's a character, like, I know he's annoying because he screams a lot, but man, does that kid work hard every day, and they show the dedication. Um, Yeah, man. I want Asta to win. If there's any character I want to win, it's Asta. But yeah, like I said, whatever animes you guys are watching or into, or even card games, um, anything I spoke about, please leave a comment. I would love to hear it, and hit that like and subscribe button if you can. You know, wink, wink. I had to throw in the little thing, like, share, subscribe. You know how every YouTuber does it. Yeah, you had to throw that in there somewhere. I was trying to find a way to segue it. Last topic I want to get into is like just general gaming, like outside of like the big things like Switch 2, Marvel Rivals, games I've been playing again. So I've been playing Path of Exile too, but I kind of slowed down on it. I do have to jump back on it. I'm a big DBD player, but that's another game I slowed down on. But I've been playing Elden Ring, something I was mentioned earlier. We've been keeping up this long. I've been playing Elden Ring again and having a lot of fun. The only thing that I did mod it. I didn't do the conversions mod. I haven't tried that, but I was playing a brand new save file, and I did mod it for, well, one, I just downloaded a mod today. I want to see if it works and make my character look like Alucard from Castlevania, my favorite Castlevania character. And two, I got rid of all the ants. I'm sorry, but the ants are super disgusting in that game to me. and I just can't. I don't want to deal with them at all. None of the ants. So I got rid of the ants. I modded that out, and it was one of my buddies' idea, who's a big Souls fan. Like, oh, check if there's a mod for that, because that's one of the games that was holding me back from starting it over. Because on my other save file, I have like 600 plus hours, and I have like the sword that you get for beating the Elden Beast, that like just a wave of destruction. And I would do that, but I really wanted to start the game fresh to almost re-experience it again. But I didn't want to have to deal with the ants, so that was a great way of me not having to deal with them little shits. Pardon my French. I'm sorry I cursed. I was trying my hardest, but they're so disgusting that it just came out of me. Um, yeah, yeah. So I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. There's a couple of other games I actually want to jump back into. I have to do the Legacy of Kain remaster. I have the game, I just haven't. I want to play some Left 4 Dead 2 with my buddy, one of my buddies who got me into it. And there's a few other games that I'm looking to get. I know they're coming out with the classic Yu-Gi-Oh games, which I'm definitely gonna buy. I saw a lot of games from my childhood on there. They had Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Souls, which was the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, not the first, the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. That was the first one I ever had for myself, the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Game I ever played. Because my older brother had Forbidden Memories for the PlayStation 1, which I did wind up playing more than he did. But the one I played a lot was Eternal Duelist Souls. And then I had Worldwide Edition 2002. I think it was the first Worldwide Edition that I had. That was pretty fun, pretty cool game. Um, yeah, and you know, one of the things that I really want to get back into that I kind of slowed down on too is fighting games. I'm a big fighting game player. I love fighting games, and it's something that like I've slowed down a lot on. I think it's because fighting games, more than anything else, takes a lot of investment. You know, and I'm not saying like first person shooters, games like that don't, but fighting games take a super amount of investment. You know, and I know there's some RTS games that take super amount of investment, like League of Legends and stuff, but I don't know, fighting games that I'm passionate about, it is gonna take me a while to really like get that drive back to want to jump back in. I'll play here and there. I'm super excited because Street Fighter 6 has Terry, and I was playing for a while. I hit Diamond, but then I don't know. I don't know, and it's not even a bad thing. And I'm like 1 star away from Master Rank. I don't know, to be honest. Any upcoming games outside of a classic games that I'm excited for? There's a Tomb Raider remaster. If you ever played Tomb Raider, that I heard is coming, which I'm pretty excited about. That's a remaster of an old game. There was a new game that was coming out that I'm like, I want to try. I want to check this out. I'm sure there was something that I saw, but I have not gotten. There is actually one, Dynasty Warrior Origins. I do want to get that and try that out and play that. I don't have that. I heard the combat in that is awesome, and I love Dynasty Warriors. Lu Bu was the man. Dynasty Warriors 4, where you got to make your custom character, was awesome too. But Lu Bu, come on, who doesn't like the guy with the bushiest eyebrow and the cockroach antlers? The man who shows up and puts fear in men's hearts. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors was awesome too. Man, that's a game with a lot of content I haven't finished. But yeah, if there's anything that I want to check out, it's probably Dynasty Warrior Origins. That's already out. Games that I would love to come out. I want a new Mega Man game. If there's anything I would love to come out, it's a new Mega Man game. A couple months back, I did a whole thing where I beat all the OG Mega Mans. Before that, I did 100% runs on all the Battle Network games. I've done the Mega Man X series in the past too, so I just want a new set of Mega Man. And maybe the new Resident Evil, I heard that's coming. Resident Evil 9, I heard is coming. Will I get to play as Chris Redfield? I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt it, but I'm so excited for it nonetheless. And Kingdom Hearts 4 is a game, but that's probably way off. So I try not to think about it. I have to play though. I have those. I bought them on Epic and I bought them on Steam. I have to play them on Steam. I have not played them since I got it on Steam, which is kind of sad because I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts nerd and Final Fantasy nerd too. So just a lover of like video games in general. Anytime I like something, I become super obsessive over it. So, and like I have to learn the ins and outs about it. I look up the history and the lore. That's the kind of person I am. I really dig deep. Tell me what kind of games get you leave a comment on what kind of games get you thinking like that, get you feeling like that. Like, man, I have to really get in there, and like learn this. Yeah, actually, going back to the Switch too. If I see a new Super Smash Brothers announced, that might make me buy it day one. Super Smash Brothers, I love Super Smash Brothers. It's one of my favorite games. I have some of my most cherished memories with some of my closest friends, some of my best friends was in Super Smash Brothers. So just the competitive aura we used to have, the fun we used to have. So that's another game that can get me to buy it day one. But yeah, tell me, leave a comment your favorite anime games like that. And this is autosave, so that's the name of the podcast. I ran it by a few friends, and they all like it and they all love it. So this is gonna be the first episode of autosave. If you like what I did now, leave a comment, leave a like, let me know, and I will definitely, continue to do more. I want to do more. I've been thinking about possibly getting a co-host, but I don't know yet because I would need somebody to be consistent, to be dedicated, to stay on top of topics. Because a lot of what I wanted to talk about, I didn't want it to just come out of thin air. I wanted to have, like I said, the links ready. I wanted to have something written out, and a lot of how I'm talking. I said how I'm talking. What I'm saying is not written out, but I have bullet points to tell me to keep me on track, and that's the kind of professionalism I want this to have. So me doing this because I like talking with people about things that I like, and we can have different opinions. Uh, I'm all for different opinions. So if you got a different opinion from how I feel, leave it in a comment too. I love that kind of conversation. Uh, you know, I'm not somebody who, well, I might call you an idiot sometimes, but I'm not going to tell you that you're not allowed to have an opinion. So I'm not somebody like that. So, yeah, leave your opinions, how you feel. I would love any sort of feedback. And this is autosave, like I said. So you don't have to worry about hitting that checkpoint. You don't have to worry about hitting that save point. Because as soon as you cut off the game, you autosave with us. All right? I don't know. Maybe I gotta come up with a bigger tagline. But yeah, all right, everybody. Let me know. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Bye.